Hello there.
You might be thinking, hey, I recognise these pieces. Well, duh. These are Lego pieces, some of the most iconic pieces of plastic in the entire world. More specifically, these are some of the parts from the beautiful Lego Ninjago set 71795, Temple of the Dragon Energy Cores, released in 2023, currently retailing for $84.99. It has 6 minifigures and a build that spans 4 floors with some fun play features, falling branches, platforms that break off, and falling whatever these are. In this video, I'll be taking the pieces from the set and rebuilding them into something? Let me describe to you my initial idea. Going into this challenge, I have a basic idea of what I want to build, but I am a little uncertain. I'm inspired by the Monkey Kid modular building system, so I want to make something similar with the parts of this set. The plates in this set are a bit awkward for that kind of a build, as most are corner plates, but I think I can work with this. Laid out here are the 5 modular build sections that I plan to build, where this brown plate will make up a small section of the build. These 2 corner plates will be a part of the main entrance section of the build. This larger corner plate will be used to build up a tower, which will have a second floor held upon this tan plate. We also have these olive green plates, 2 of which will be used for the base of a tree. The third will be a corner building for the modular system. In one of these sections, possibly the main entrance, I plan to include a spot to hold the Dragon Energy Core. And if I have enough parts left over after all of that, I'll build a little platform to tie all of it together, similar to the grass platform in set 80044 Monkey Kids Team Hideout. This may be a little ambitious, and it's only a rough plan that is subject to change, but I'll start building and see what happens.
So, I've now been building for about an hour. This is what I've got so far. It's turning out to be a bit harder than anticipated due to the restrictions of pieces. Like, I started off with this tree, but after a few minutes of building this, I kind of came to the conclusion that it wasn't gonna work too well, so I'll come back to that later. But I thought the tree would be the easiest part, so that's why I started with it. But the parts included aren't, the best for a small tree. So then I went on to the next easiest thing, this little tower section, as I was going to have it. But even that's not terribly easy either, because there's just not a lot of these tan pieces, or even the grey ones, but this is what we've got.
In hindsight, this first hour was more successful than I thought it would be. At least 50% of what I built will be carried through to the final build. I even had a good build for the top of the tower and had implemented Technic parts in order to make the modular system work. During the second hour of building, I began to worry a lot about the build.
I'm kind of running low on useful parts. Very basic looking. Aren't many bricks left. Have a lot of plate space. I'm quite struggling with it. I don't really know what this is.
However, I did make a lot of good progress, and even if I didn't notice at the time, the build was coming together. I would show you more footage from this hour 2 recording, but I didn't really say much worth listening to, and I don't want to come across as a whiny brat, so I'll move along now to hour 3, when I began to get a bit more optimistic about the MOC and build up some good ideas on how to bring the whole build together whilst optimizing the parts available.
This is what the model looks like after 3 hours of working on it. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the current progress. So this is what we've done in this last hour. This bit here is another modular piece of the build with a Dragon Energy Core on the top. And this tree is kind of half built. It's a lot better than the original tree. still working out a few things. Kind of run out of leaves, so I'm not kind of sure what I'm going to do for this top bit. Might have to remove a few leaves from lower down, or maybe these ones from this build. Speaking of which, I did have to steal a few pieces from here to put them into this, because otherwise it wasn't going to be modular. But I am going to rework that anyway, so I didn't think that was too big a problem. But yeah, the build's starting to come together a bit more now.
And indeed it was. I was now more than halfway through building, and I could finally see what this build would become: an abandoned temple, an aesthetic that I would really lean into in the following 2 hours as I leveled up the build and added play features, swapping out what would otherwise have been large brick walls for holes where they would have been knocked in. I discovered that the tree I'd been building fit fairly well inside the entrance of the main build, and decided to have that play into the abandoned aesthetic as I finished building it up. Although the volume of the build didn't change much through the final 2 hours, a lot of work was done in to make this build as good as I could possibly make it without using any parts outside the set. After 5 total hours of building overall, it was complete. Thanks for watching! If you want to build this MOC, I have premium 300-page instructions available to purchase for £2.99 from my Unbreakable page linked in the description. Or, alternatively, you could watch through this video frame by frame and attempt to guess what I've done, but I wouldn't recommend that to my worst enemy. If you like the video, then you know which button to press. Leave a comment to let me know what you think of my build. I have a few ideas for future videos that I want to create, so if that interests you, subscribe. The next video might be a few months, but it's coming. There will continue to be at least one post every week on my Instagram, link in the description. Whatever you do, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.